Hi, it's Brenda at Organalock, and I'm excited because I'm headed out to see some of your gardens today. We're taking a tour of some of our Organalock family gardens, so stay tuned. It's exciting.
Hey, this is my plug for Organalock. I started this is like 4 years ago when I found out about it, and we had some plants at Mar Park, so I got to learn a lot about it then. And so last year when I started putting my herb garden in, we just renovated this section of our yard and put my little raised bed in, and I planted herbs. So this is the second year for herbs, which is pretty phenomenal, because herbs, even these were maybe 6 clumps, and in this summer they came back roaring, and the bees are so happy. This has just gotten huge, and it's starting to flower, and the bees are really happy here too. And same way with my sage and
Oregano.
Yeah. So anyway, then this year my deal. Well, look how big the deal is. I planted cucumbers, and I planted squash and tomatoes. I got it in late because it was rainy here, and I thought, well, I don't really want a whole lot of work. And I already have herbs all mixed in here in my garden, so I planted squash kind of around the herbs. Well, the squash, these leaves are bigger than my head, and I've already harvested about 4 times. Here's a cute little zucchini that's coming along, and that's I've got spaghetti squash, I've got yellow squash, and butternut, and I've got flowers mixed in with it as well. So and my tomatoes are doing great. They're not, and I haven't done a good job. I know all the stuff you're supposed to do. My dad would be disappointed with me. I didn't go take the suckers off, but anyway, they're producing. They've got flowers all over them. So by the 4th, we might have a few red tomatoes, and then from then on, we'll have tomatoes all summer. I wanted to fill in these steps with something that would be ongoing, and that would just be enjoyable. So I planted mint, 3 kinds of mint that have gone crazy, and then I have this 1 flower pot that I put a couple of tomatoes in. And these were my worst plants, and they really were my own personal little test for Organalock, because this is totally Organalock soil, and they're doing great. They're covered in flowers, and they've grown really fast. So these are heirloom tomatoes, so these will be fun to see what happens with them in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Well, thank you, Barbie. Hi, it's Brenda with Organalock, and I'm here with Stephanie, and she has some gardening experience that she wants to tell you about. So Stephanie, tell us, how long have you been gardening, and what kind of experiences have you had?
Well, I used to garden with my family when I was a little girl. We've lived here for several years, and I've tried several different places to garden, and it never went over very well at all. And I am just overjoyed and very impressed with what I'm seeing now with Organalock. Very pleased.
Very good. And what you have here are raised beds with topsoil and Organalock amendment, correct?
Yes.
What size are these beds?
They are 2 4x36 foot beds.
Okay, so she's got a little bit of everything planted in here.
Zucchini and squash, many tomatoes, peppers, different variety of onions and broccoli, romaine lettuce, strawberries, cucumbers,
Pretty much the whole grocery store.
Yeah, melons.
That's great.
Really exciting.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm going to get a couple of still shots as well, but thank you so much, Stephanie, and we hope that you will stay a part of the Organolock family.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I asked Stephanie about the blue poles and this little blue stuff sitting on top, and this was her explanation of what they're doing.
We were having a really terrible deer problem here in the city. So I had read where you could get Irish Spring soap and put it out, and so I cut it in the bar in half, and then I cut it in fourths, so I came out with 8 pieces and 8ths, and I have scattered it throughout my garden and my flowers in the front, and since then I haven't had one problem. I planted brand new 6 knockout rose bushes in my front yard, and the second morning I came out and all of the flowers and all of the blooms were gone, and I was so upset. But then I read about the Irish Spring, and I've never had a problem since.
Great tip. We love sharing those with everybody, so thank you for that. Hi, it's Brenda with Organolock, and I'm here with Shayla in her backyard garden. And we're just going to let Shayla talk a little bit about her experience with Organolock and her experiences in growing and how it's going this year.
So, as you can see, I've got a ton of stuff going here. Honestly, to be real, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first year having my own actual garden. I did previously work with Organolock in, I think, 2018 out at Mar Park, so I had a little bit of experience there. But in terms of actually growing my own garden, this is it. This is my first year. It's been a huge trial and error. I've lost some plants, killed a few flowers, but all in all, I think it's doing really well. I've got a few harvests so far, and tomatoes and everything is growing really good, so I'm really excited to see what comes of it.
All right. And it looks great. Shayla is using not just Organolock troughs, she's got a few of those, but she's also using pots. And as you can see, things are doing well in the pots as well. She's got some good cucumbers climbing and squash growing. Her tomato plants look awesome. See, so many cherry tomatoes. And she said, tell me about this tomato over here.
So this tomato plant, it was actually one that had died, so I dug it up, replanted, and it seems to be doing pretty good now. Hopefully it continues.
Looks healthy. It's got a tomato on it. What do you think about this garden? Do you help Mama in the garden?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sometimes? All right. Shayla even has some gardening in her yard. She's got some melons planted out here, and then she's got some blueberry bushes as well in pots. So she's just doing it all. Very ambitious, but it looks great. So thank you, Shayla, for sharing with us.
Thank you.
We love seeing it and being with you.